Record. Okay, we're recording.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our call, our team training call. And it's kind of a perfect coincidence, if you will, that we had Mother's Day yesterday. So happy Mother's Day to all of our moms on our team. And I hope you all had a wonderful, relaxing day. I know I did. It was really fun. And but because of that, we've postponed our new consultant training call that was normally the second Sunday of every month, but we moved it to tonight. And really, it's for everybody. So it doesn't really matter that, if you've been in the business for a while and you don't consider yourself a new consultant. I learn something every time, and I've been around for 12 years. So it's all good. And, things are always evolving and changing. And so maybe you're going to hear something tonight that you didn't hear before, a great tip or a great idea about your own business, because quite frankly, we're always relaunching our business in some way or another. So off with a couple specific things, and then I'm going to turn it over to Heather to kind of get into some other information for you. I think, if I remember back when I had a new consultant hat on, if you will, not like kind of like this hat, and I had just started in my business, and I remember saying to Debbie Murphy, who's my sponsor, just tell me what to do, because I don't want to reinvent the wheel. I don't have time to do that. So tell me what to do and I'll do it. And that's what we really want you guys to keep an open mind about, because this is a simple business. It's not always easy for multiple reasons, but it is simple. And once you start to learn the skills that are in this business, you will be doing the same things over and over, no matter what level you are in your business. So just imagine you're getting better and better at those skills the more you practice. So one of the things I wanted to bring up initially is something that's super important to us and the culture of our team. And I think you'd be happy to hear that if you're new, and if you're not, you know this. We are a huge advocate of integrity. And we want you all to know that if there's ever a situation that you're just not sure about, I don't know, maybe you ran into somebody you've been talking to, or you mentioned Arbonne to them, and they said, "Oh yeah, I've heard of Arbonne," I bought some things before. That's going to happen, and I always say, I just ask somebody, "Oh, are you working with a consultant?" and then just have a conversation about it. We are not in the business to, of course, steal, clients or any of that nonsense that may go out there in any industry, corporate or even social networking like we're in. We want to work at the highest level of integrity and honor our, teammates and even consultants that are not on our team, and honor the fact that they are out there doing the do and respecting them. So my biggest thing is, if you're ever not sure, just reach out to us and we will walk through it with you. It's really simple to figure out. If you proceed with someone or you don't, or you send them back to their consultant, we'll help you work through it. So that's the first thing. But I just want you to know, always come from a place of integrity and what's the best thing for the client and what's in the best interest of the individual involved. It's not about us. It's always about the client and what's in their best interest. So when you put that out there, then it's always, you're going to be doing everything for the right reason all the time. So I wanted to throw that out first, because that's so important. I'm going to have, let's see, I'm making sure I check my notes. This call is super packed with information, but you should certainly ask questions. I mean, it's great that you're on live, and it's okay. You can interrupt us and ask a question. There's a little button that you could hit, raise your hand, and we will get those questions answered for you. You know what? There is a link. One of the things that you want to do as a new consultant is get your binder together. And on our team pages, you will be added to those Facebook team pages right away by your upline. There is the link posted, and all you have to do is open the link, print out the pages, and insert them into a binder. So that would be one of the first things you want to do. It's information you'll always have at your fingertips and always need. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on over to Heather so she can get into a little bit more of the meat of everything. Heather, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations to everybody starting a new business. It's really exciting. And the first thing I want to say is Arbonne is infinite and endless possibility. So that's what kept me up at night for the first month of my business is I want you to realize and recognize the possibility to not only change your life, but change the life of other people. And there's very few businesses or careers out there that give you the ability to literally change the trajectory of somebody's life. And I just want to give you a quick example. You've got Donna Johnson. So she's our up on. She was a swim coach. She didn't go to college. She was living very paycheck to paycheck as a single mom. And she decided that she was going to, roll her sleeves up and do the do. And now she is an executive national vice president, making multiple six figures a month just by hard work. So it's a level playing field. So I just think, get excited and don't hide your excitement about this company or this business. And I think that that's the first key to success for new consultants. If you feel yourself, the things that come in really quickly after you sign up to be a consultant are two things: doubt and fear. You're going to start doubting your decision and thinking that you're crazy. And I've told the story, so if you've heard it before, I'm telling the new people, so y'all just ignore me. But when I started this business, I would stay up half the night thinking about it, and then I would wake up the next morning and think, I have lost my mind. I am crazy. There's no way that this can be true, real, possible for me, So just know that that's going to come. When you have the feelings of doubt and fear, what we need you to do is call us. Call your upline, and don't call your upline that isn't doing anything and isn't really working this business. Call your upline that is working this business and is blazing a trail, because that's who you need to breathe life into you. We are life breathers, and it sounds if this is your first time on an Arbonne call, it might sound hokey, but that's what we do in this business. We want this for you, not for us. So when we get somebody a new person on our team, it's not about us. It's about you. So when you do have that feeling of doubt and fear, we need you to call and say, I'm frozen. I feel panicked about this opportunity. I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going to disappoint you, or I'm going to disappoint myself, or people are going to think I'm crazy, or I think I'm crazy. The worst thing you can do is keep a secret about that. So we need you to talk to us about it, because we can walk you through it, because we've all been there. That's the first thing. Like Debbie said, print your new consultant binder and plug into the Facebook page. We don't use a lot of email in our business because we have Facebook and we all live kind of on social media. So we have our team pages, and that's how we communicate information. Make sure that you're plugging in and getting that information. You're going to get push notifications from us every time we post something. If at any point in your business you do not like that, you can turn it off. But that's how we communicate. So if you don't know about something, that's why. So if you don't know about an update to the system, or that we've discontinued a product or something like that, that's how you're going to know, okay? These calls happen every Monday night at 9 o'clock. There are different topics every week. This is new consultant training, but we have topics on mindset. We have topics product training. So plugging in is essential. If you're local and you can plug into local meetings once a month, that's essential to the health of your business as well. You honestly, if you're not plugged into your upline and to your team calls, you are going to it's very, very hard to be successful in this business. So just stay plugged in. Okay, so the first thing you should do is schedule a one-on-one call with your upline, whoever sponsored you into this business. If your sponsor is new as well, you guys schedule a time to meet with that person's upline. So if you're both new, sit down, the three of you, and strategize. Because what we want, I'm going to give you the best case scenario as your start. Okay, that's what we're going to cover tonight. How can you get the strongest start in this business as you possibly can? But what we really need to know from the very, very beginning is, what do you want from this business? There's 3 levels, 3 ways that you can choose to start your business. You can be a walker, You can be a jogger or you can be a runner. And you get to pick that. We don't pick that for you. Okay, so that's the first thing. Just going to sit down with your sponsor and you're going to tell us completely from your heart what you want out of it. Don't be scared to say, you know what, I don't want to be you. That's okay. You don't have to be us. But if you say, I need to make X amount of money by August, we can say, this is what you're going to have to do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. At that one-on-one meeting, a couple of other things that you will want to do together, besides goal setting, if you have goals, figure out your why or your I story. A lot of people come into Arbonne and they're not sure how it came into their life. They're not sure why it came into their life. Try to narrow that down and figure out why you're doing it and come up with a 60-second story on why you can explain to people when they ask you, well, why did you decide to do Arbonne? A 60-second snapshot of why did you decide to do that? It's very easy. And then the third thing is verbiage. When you're talking with people and you're texting with people, to ask them to try your products, or if they'll host a business, a meeting, what am I reading these things? If they'll host a party for you, or if they'll come to your launch party, or if they'll listen to a call. Sometimes in the beginning, that verbiage is really, really scary. So sit with your sponsor, either on the telephone or face-to-face, and say, what do you think this sounds like? And honestly, guys, the thing that is most important is to make it sound like you. You want to be authentically yourself when you're communicating with people. But we do have some key phrases that we can tell you when you reach out to people. And I know when I first started, so Debbie Thompson is my sponsor, the one that was talking right before me, if you don't know who that is. I would go to her and I'd be like, this girl on our volleyball team, her daughter, she's got bad acne. She needs some acne stuff. And she was like, well, then you need to tell her. And I'm like, well, isn't that rude? And she said, Heather, you're making it about yourself. Don't make it about you, and you'll be fine. And that's very true. So don't make it about yourself, and make your verbiage really authentic and make it sound like you. And sit with your sponsor and figure out how to make that happen. He or she, that your sponsor, can help you with that wording. Okay. So third thing you're going to do is think about your people. And when I first started, I had a 100-person list. We talk about having a 100-person list. And that never goes away. You're always going to have your 100-person list, people that you want to talk to about Arbonne. We really are recommending, this is really, really important, is to have a dream team. If you got to pick your executive board of directors, people that you would die to have on your team, people that you know are motivated, driven, busy, don't prejudge when you're trying to choose your dream team. Don't prejudge. You don't know what's going on in their life. I don't care if they're a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant. I don't care if they work 80 hours a week. Don't say she's too busy or he's too busy to listen to me, because you could literally, again, change their life for them. So second thing is, in this little category, is schedule a dream team call without prejudging. Think of your 5 or 6 most successful people that you know that you like. I mean, if you really don't like them, you don't want them to be on your team, right? So don't invite them on the dream team call. This is the dream team. But this is going to be paramount for the success of quick success in this business. Okay, quick success. The longer you go without doing this, the more awkward it becomes, I feel, for you. You're excited at the beginning. Show people your excitement. Schedule this dream team call. And what it is a Zoom call just like this. And you have 5 or 6 people on the call. And your sponsor is on the call with you. And you tell these people, without being embarrassed, hey, I'm doing this. I love Arbonne. This is why I'm doing it. I would love to do life with you and business with you. I think it would be so fun to have you on my team. So that's something to do within the first week or 2 of your business when you're ready to really build. Okay. So a dream team call. 2 launch parties within the first couple of weeks of your business, 7 to 10 days. So 2 parties where you can have them at your house or your sponsor's house. I had a launch party. We didn't call it that. I didn't even know what it was. We had it at Panera. We had no product there. Debbie made some protein balls, homemade protein balls, some fizz for them to try, and some catalogs. And we just talked. And I had 4 people there. That was my launch party. Of those 4 people, 3 of them joined my team, and I was an area manager and as quick as I could be there because I built that dream team early. Okay, so that's the power of a dream team. So a lot of people will come to this business and they just want to share product, and that's great. That is the basis of our business. That's what we do. We sell and we share product. But building a team early on is really explosive in your business, and it's fun, and it just keeps everybody excited and fresh. So dream team, 2 launch parties, plugging in, and okay, so we're going to talk about the first level of management, which is district manager. Just so you know, before you're a district manager, you get paid on anything that you sell. So a lot of people will think that they're not going to get a paycheck until they're a district manager. You do. When you're new, if you sell anything at retail price out of the catalog, you make 35% commission. Okay. If you sell anything to a preferred client, the preferred client gets 20% discount and you make 15% commission. So it still comes up to the 35%. Okay, so that you get 35% discount on your products. Okay, so district manager is the first level of management, where district managers make anywhere from $200 to $1,000 a month. There's and the way we get paid is strictly on the sales within our organization. So there's a couple of reasons to shoot to get the district manager pretty quickly. The first one being, as soon as you're a district manager, you get an 8% pay raise. And I don't know if anybody's in corporate America, but in corporate America or in the, teaching or hospital nursing, an average pay raise is like 2%. So what we teach and train is for you to get to district manager in the first 3 months of your business. Okay, 1 to 3 months of your business. And if you're following the system that I'm going to talk about in just a second, you will get there. No problem. No, there's really no question. Okay. So, you get an 8% pay raise and you have some validity in your business. So people can see that you're promoting through the levels, and that's very validating for you and for other people who may be watching you and wanting to join your team. So, that's kind of a couple reasons why. So let's talk about the how. In Arbonne, we talk a lot about not attaching to the outcome. We just do the activity and we don't attach to what people say. So let's say, for example, you do your dream team call and you're so nervous because you've got these great people and you want them on your team, and you don't want to say the wrong thing. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, wipe that all out of your mind. Our job as consultants is simply to share Arbonne, the entire package, right? We're sharing product and business with everybody we come in contact with. That's your only job. Your job is not to make the decision for them. It's not to persuade them. It's not to talk them into anything. It's just simply to share. So, so where was I even going with that? Debbie, where was I going with that?
Hey, you're doing great. No, I think you were basically expressing that, first of all, that's the mindset you have to go into it when you're meeting with somebody. That's the mindset part.
Yeah, definitely. So, detaching from the outcome. So we're going to invite people to our launches. We're going to get in front of as many people as we can in that first 30 days and explain business and product to them. And that's how we're going to launch our business. That's how you're going to launch and get district manager. So how do you do it? We have a system for success, and the system that we follow on our team is 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Super complicated. So what we try to do, and this never changes from the time you start your business until you're a national vice president, forever and ever. 2 phone calls a day. Okay. The rest of the 2s are per week. So if you had your Arbonne calendar, and I do recommend that you get a calendar dedicated to Arbonne to keep up with this activity, and it's just Arbonne. It doesn't have your dental appointments or your kids' field day on it. It's just an Arbonne calendar. 2 phone calls a day. And when you call 2 people a day, you're asking for one of the following things. You're saying, hey, would you please come to my launch party and be a warm body in the room? It would really mean the world to me. And then you hush. Hush. In the beginning, we have a tendency to vomit Arbonne on people. right? We want to tell them everything from, Swiss-based skincare, all in a 5-minute conversation on their voicemail. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just ask them. You're asking to either come to your launch party, try a sample, to meet for coffee, to get on your dream team call. And really, you don't even know you don't know much about Arbonne, so you want somebody else to explain it to them. So those are your 2 asks a day. You're asking 2 people for something a day. The next 2 is 2 sample drop-offs a week. So you're giving 2 different people a sample to try. What are samples? So in your starter kit, you guys all know that you get 10 sample packs of the RE9. So you're asking them to try either an RE9 or what we call a fit kit. A fit kit is a day in the life of our 30-day to healthy living program, which is a sample of the protein, the fizz, the digestion plus, and a little tea. Okay. So you can talk to your sponsor more about that. There's some information in the binder that Debbie was referencing also. So 2 sample drop-offs a week. Now, let me give you a hint on this one. If you don't have somebody's phone number, or if they don't know that you're going to be following up to ask them how they liked their sample, don't give them a sample. Don't waste your samples. Don't just pass out samples all over town and then expect them to call you, because that really doesn't happen. I mean, it might happen. Our products are awesome, but the majority of the time, you're going to have to do the follow-up. You don't have to be annoying. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to be weird. You're just saying, hey, what do you think? They could say, it's still in my drawer. Okay, ask for permission to follow up again. Okay, I'll call you in a week and see what you thought. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of how it goes. That's the second 2. The third 2 is 2 one-on-ones a week. So you're meeting with 2 people one-on-one to go over the Arbonne story, to share Arbonne. And again, you're sharing everything. Now, the second 2 and the third 2 kind of tie together. So 2 sample drop-offs could result in 2 one-on-ones, because normally when you follow up with them, see how they liked it, or when you drop it off with them, you're telling the whole Arbonne story. Okay, you're telling them about the company, the business, and the product. And then the last 2 is 2 group presentations a week. Okay. So what is a group presentation? That scares people sometimes. It's 3 to 5 people around the kitchen table, and you're sharing Arbonne with them. It's not a big production. It's not, you don't have to call it a party. You can call it a wellness workshop. You can call it a get together. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But 3 to 5 people really around the kitchen table. And when I'm asking people to host for me, that's what I say. Would you grab 3 to 5 of your friends and let me share Arbonne with them? I try not to call it a party. When I'm talking to you guys, sometimes I call it a party just because that's how we refer to it in Arbonne. But when I'm talking to other people, I don't usually say that. So those are the 4 2s: 2 calls, 2 samples, 2 one-on-ones, and 2 parties per week. If you do that every single week of the month, your business will absolutely explode. I cannot even tell you, if you follow that system, it will explode. So if you're looking at me going, yeah, that sounds great, but how do I really get that system? Like, okay, how do I get 2 parties a week? That sounds great. I'll do it. I'm more than willing to do it, but how do I get that on my calendar? And so the analogy I like to use is, if my backyard is full of leaves right now, if I told you that there was $1 million under one of those leaves, would you turn over every single leaf in my yard? You absolutely would. So the moral of that story is, you just keep asking people. You're not attached to the outcome. Your feelings can't be hurt, right? You tell yourself. Self-talk is really important in Arbonne. You'll learn that, but self-talk is so, so important. I'm not easily offended. Nothing can hurt my feelings, right? You're just going to plow through, and you're going to be happy and positive, and you're going for the no. We have a document that says go for the no. So you're doing all of that activity, and that's what we focus on in the beginning. So what numbers usually result from that activity is, if you do that activity, I guarantee you'll be a district manager in 2 months, without a doubt. Without a doubt. What is a district manager, and how do you get there? So 6,000 QV. QV, if you're not familiar with that, is qualifying volume. It's the same as retail dollars in U.S. dollars. Okay. The reason we have QV is because we're in different countries and we have different currencies. So 6,000 QV in 1 month. You can do that all in 1 month, or you can do that in 2 months, over 2 months. So let's say that you got 3,000 the first month, you would need 3,000 the next month to complete district manager. Okay. The only caveat here is that the last month, so if you did it in May and June, in June you would have to have a minimum of 2,500 to complete. So that's how you get district manager. And again, you get an 8% pay raise. And let me tell you, so we talked about that dream team call in the beginning of your business. If you find a couple of friends who were like, yeah, I think I want to start a home-based business, that sounds like a really good idea. Everything that you do and everything that they do goes towards that 6,000 QV. So obviously that makes your life easier and you start to leverage your time. And that's the beauty of Arbonne, is time leverage. So not only are you doing it, you're teaching and training somebody else to do it. And so instead of getting paid for your 10 hours a week that you're working as a Arbonne consultant, you're getting paid for 20 hours a week. And if you have 3 people, you're getting paid for 30 hours a week. And if you have 70 people working on your team, you're getting paid for a lot of hours. And you're still leading, and it's not easy. Nobody said it's going to be easy, but it's definitely worth it. So, Debbie, what did income producing activity versus non-income producing activity. So we categorize all of this in Arbonne. So there's things that we sometimes get really bogged down in, and it's non-income producing activity. Okay, and sometimes this stuff is important. You have to do it. You have to organize your binder and print it. You have to laminate stuff. You have to organize your office. You have to order your supplies. You have to do all that stuff. But that's not going to get you to district manager. Okay, you have to listen to SoundCloud. You have this call tonight. This is awesome. It's essential to your business. You have to be on it. It's not going to get you to district manager. If this is all you're doing is organizing your binder, listening to SoundClouds, and getting on calls, your mind will probably be fed, but you're going to be thinking about Arbonne all the time, and you're going to go crazy because you're not getting anywhere. And you're like, why am I not a district manager? You have to do that 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 or some sort of activity. Okay, so examples of income producing activity is just what we talked about. And if you are saying, I don't have time to do that, I want to do social marketing on Facebook, that's fine. If you talk to 30 to 40 people, 30 to 40 new people every single month about Arbonne, your business will move forward. Okay? Your business will move forward and you'll be heading in the right direction any which way you do it. Another thing that somebody broke it down very easily the other day is try to sell 20 sets a month. Don't panic. Everybody's like, 20 sets a month. Okay, so what is a set? A set is a 30-day to healthy living or a RE9 set or a makeup set. Those are pretty much the 3 basic ones. If you sell 20 of those a month, you're a district manager automatically. Okay? So if that sounds completely overwhelming, I totally understand. But if you have 3 people, well, you and 2 other people trying to sell 20 sets, that's pretty darn doable. So that's the beauty of building a team early on. I think something too that sometimes we restrain our excitement when we're sharing Arbonne with other people. We hold back because we don't want them to think that we're now the crazy Arbonne lady. You're going to just prove that to them over time that you're not the crazy Arbonne lady. I would really recommend to be as excited as you really are, because people buy your excitement and they buy you way before they buy Arbonne. So really important. Debbie, what did I leave out?
I really think you covered the most important things. Obviously, things come up along the way that you're going to troubleshoot and work with your upline on. Let me just ask you guys that are on this call, especially those who are brand new and you have your new person hat on, what questions do you have? Has anything come up in the process of getting launched in your business that either you'd like to share or like ask us about? Anything out there? Anybody? I can't see everybody, but I just thought I'd give you guys
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so when we're setting up meetings, what was your strategy for, do I send this person a sample? Do I ask them for a one-on-one? Do I ask them to host a party? I think I'm getting it wrong with some people, and so I need to know what y'all did.
Yeah, Tennille, that's a great question. And first of all, I want to reiterate what Heather said. There's really no wrong because you're going to learn as you go forward. But to answer your question, what I do is I always, what I want most is to expand my network. That's for me, the more people I can share to, the more I leverage my time. So I always ask for a hosting first. That's just kind of like if you think about all the things you're going to ask for, that might be the biggest bang for your buck, if you will, because you're going to talk to more people at one time. So I always just say, hey, would you be open to having a few people around the kitchen table and let me do a little nutrition workshop for them? I'll bring some samples and it'll be a lot of fun. If they say, oh, I can't do that because it's so crazy right now, there's graduation, we're hearing that, right? Or my house is a disaster, I don't do those things, whatever it may be. I'm like, that I completely understand, totally get it. So this might work out better for you. Would you be open to having a one-on-one? And, you and I can just meet up for coffee and I'll share it with you and I'll bring you some samples to try for yourself. Would that work for you? And then they may say, I can't meet with you because, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to work it in my schedule. I'm working, blah, blah, blah. Totally understand. Maybe it'd be best if I just bring you a sample and, give you some instruction in it, drop it off at your house, and then I'll follow up with you later. Would that be better? So see, it's like a progression.
Mm-hmm.
And, so it's just, that's kind of how I work it. Heather, do you have any other tips on that?
I think that the main thing here, y'all, is again, you can't do it wrong because I do it differently for everybody. Normally, I like to start with one-on-ones because they're easy to get. They're not the best use of my time, I'll tell you that. I mean, doing a great presentation, you get in front of a lot of people a lot quicker, but one-on-ones are easier. People will meet with me one-on-one a lot easier than they're going to host a presentation. And then I lead with the business. And then when you lead with the business, then you can say, okay, this is the business. I love it. May or may not be a fit for you. That's totally fine. This is what we have to offer. And then you can go down, the lowest thing that you want to do is let them leave with the sample. Obviously you would love for them to join your team if it's a good fit for them and y'all are mutually agreeing on that. Second thing is if they would host a party, that's great because then that expands your network. And then the third thing would be, here, try the sample. But it's just different for everybody. And again, I think that the moral of that story is you're just going to fumble through it. You're going to have people who don't want to host. You're going to have people who completely blow you off. You're going to have people who want to jump in and join your team. You just have to keep turning over those leaves any way you can and not be scared of the no. Don't be scared of the no. The no's okay. The no
Really
response. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So it's just keep going. Next. Yeah.
Did that help?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Who else has questions?
You can't bug us enough. I just want to throw that out there. We didn't mention it, but when I started this business, I felt like I was harassing my upline. Because I didn't know, I'd never done this before. In fact, in my wildest dreams, I never thought I would do this ever. So to me, I didn't have answers. I'm not backgrounded, I'm not a nurse. I don't have a nutritional background. I don't have a skincare background. I didn't have answers. So it was okay because after about 3 weeks of truly harassing my upline with questions and having her come with me, I was like, I got it. Because I was good. And I knew she was there if I needed her. And that's how we want to be for you. We know you don't know everything. You shouldn't, right? It's new. But don't think you're bugging me. I hear that a lot. I'm like, people will call, I know you're busy. I'm so sorry. Truly, if I didn't hear from you and I knew you were struggling, I'd feel terrible that I wasn't available for you. So know that that's what we focus on is helping you achieve your goals. It's really not about us,
Yeah.
So.
And people who are on the call tonight who are not new, but are on new consultant training, I just want to tell you that you can decide you're a new consultant at any time and you can relaunch your business. If you were like, oh man, I didn't have that dream team call and I never did my 2 launches, Okay, it's your business. Launch, do it right now. Start right now.
You
Fine.
can say, hey, I'm relaunching my business for the summer.
Yeah.
Or why not? Or you can even say, have a dream team call, and because you may know different people now
Yeah.
that you really want on your dream team, and say, I'm going to have a dream team call, and you're on it. It should be a compliment, really, because you get to choose. Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, I've done it. Oh my gosh, so many times.
Yeah.
So
And
many
if we get cut off, if you'll just dial right back into the same number, then you can get back into this call. But I was going to say a couple more things. The first thing is Debbie told me this too, but when you have to have belief in 4 things to be successful in this business. You have to have belief in the products. You have to have belief in the company of Arbonne. You have to have belief in the industry of social marketing. And then you have to have belief in yourself. Know that during your journey in Arbonne, you will have a crack in your belief on any of those or all of those 4 areas. You will have periods where you feel ugly and you don't want to talk to people because you have a zit. You're gonna have periods of time where you're like, who's gonna believe me? I'm supposed to be the skincare girl and I got like a honker right here. Or you're gonna have periods where you've got somebody who reacted terribly to the RE9 set. They had hives all over their face. It happens. And you're going to go, maybe this stuff isn't as great as I thought it was. You're going to have a crack in your belief. When you have a crack in your belief, just know, come to your upline. We've all had cracks in our belief. I promise you. Promise you. We're there to help. There was something else I was going to say, but now I can't remember. Questions? We're going to get cut off in just a second. I'll call back in if anybody else has questions they want to ask. So I'll call back in after this 1 minute thing is up, just in case.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is Susan. So I have a friend who is just, I guess I don't know if she's a retail client or a preferred client with another consultant, but we're